Hey guys, my name's Jack. Today we're going to be talking about if cold email makes sense for you and your business. Um, what we do, who I am. I am a co-founder at Outbound Acceleration. We are a lead generation agency producing hundreds of thousands and close to millions of dollars in deal flow every single year for us and our clients. And we are doing that through cold email and LinkedIn outreach. And so our typical strategy will be mass cold email campaigns. And the purpose of this video is really just to give you an understanding if cold email is even something that makes sense for you, right? And there's a couple of factors that go into that. The first, the most obvious, is that you must be B2B. No B2C company can do cold email. It is impossible to be sending mass messaging to anyone who has a regular at Gmail or at Outlook email address. We need to be sending it to business accounts only, right? That's just a no brainer. And so now let's get into more of the specifics on what makes it possible for people to be doing cold email, right? If your deal size or your average LTV for your product is over $3,000, then that's good. Then that means that you should be doing cold email, because the upfront cost of either doing it with an agency or doing it for yourself, you're going to be spending at least $1,000 a month on your campaigns, right? That's just with all the infrastructure, sending platform. I'm not talking about sending 10 emails a day. I'm talking about relatively larger cold email campaigns when you need to be managing multiple different inboxes. You need to have a specific sending platform, right? There's a lot more costs that are involved when it comes to doing a mass cold email campaign. So you want to be making sure that you're actually getting a good return on investment. So you should be making at least a 3K LTV on your average product, right? And you should also be able to easily identify who your ideal ICP is, right? What industry, what position within those companies, right? Cold email is great if you're industry agnostic. That's really good because that means you have a larger total addressable market. But if you do have a more specific target market, you need to have a complete understanding of everything about that target market, from the actual positions within the companies you're trying to speak with, average company size that you want to be reaching out to. That stuff all needs to be nailed down before we even start the campaign. And your sales team does not, like, you shouldn't want to be spending all this time prospecting, right? You should be able to spend all your time, your sales team should be spending all their time closing, right? And so this is cold email is really for you if you want predictable pipeline, okay? And so cold email is definitely not for you if you do not have a sales process. So many times we've worked with clients who just wanted to take more discovery calls, but they had no sales process and they weren't able to close the deals that they were getting from the positive responses in the meetings that we were generating from our campaigns. And they were saying, hey, this isn't working for us because we aren't closing deals. When in reality, they have no sales team, they have no sales process. And the fact is, right, while cold email, you can adjust it more. That's the advantage, I would say. You can adjust it more. It's much easier to scale the leads that are coming in, the positive responses, and the meetings that are getting booked are not as high intent as ads would be. That's just a fact. So you need to be able to have a sales process, because you won't close deals with cold email otherwise, right? Cold email, what it does is it puts thousands of decision makers, your offer in front of thousands of decision makers. It starts conversations that you would never get through LinkedIn DMs or from cold calls. And it just, because, let's face it, most people are not picking up the phone nowadays, and most people do not answer to LinkedIn DMs, and the amount of LinkedIn DMs that you can send is very limited. Per sales nav account that you have on LinkedIn, you can only send 600 messages a month, but there's no limit to how many inboxes that you could purchase to actually be sending mass cold email campaigns. Another advantage of cold email, of course, is that it works while you sleep. Well, not literally, right? We want to be sending during the business hours, but it works and it sends the emails while you can be focused not on prospecting, but actually closing deals and doing what matters for your company. It allows you to get a lot of leverage on what you're doing. And so, what cold email doesn't do, it does not replace your sales ability. You still have to close. It doesn't work with bad targeting or a weak offer. Because let's be honest, people are getting tens, some people are getting almost 100 cold emails every single day. If your offer does not stand out from the other 100 people that are targeting, that are sending messages to your prospects, you aren't going to get the meeting. You need to find a way to either have a lead magnet or show that you can make money, or save time in that cold email so that you can actually be booking meetings, right? And yeah, it won't fix a broken product or a broken service. So if you think that it will, it won't. And so the math is right. You're sending say 50,000 emails a month, right? That's pretty typical. And if you were able to get just a 1% reply rate, right? So 500 responses on those 50,000 emails, and you were able to get even 5% of those people to positively respond, right? That would be 50, no, 25 positive responses every single month. And maybe out of those, you're able to get half of them to show up on a meeting. Yes, we're sending 50,000 cold emails a month, but we are getting a conversion of 12 meetings a month. Now, if you want to get more specific into the niche that you're targeting, that could make sense, and you would get a higher percentage of positive responses on your campaigns. Right now, we're sending about 200,000 emails a month, and we're getting a 1.5 reply rate and a 10% positive response rate. Right, so we're getting almost 100 meetings every single month, alone just from cold email. And so, what the real question is can you afford not to have a channel that generates pipeline on autopilot? Referrals dry up, and ads can be really expensive, and SEO takes years to master, right? Cold email gives you more control over your growth. And so the people who see the best results with cold emails, what I would say, is agencies like marketing, staffing, IT consulting, SaaS companies that have SaaS companies typically have a very large total addressable market and a clear ideal client profile. Any service-based businesses that's selling to other businesses, or anyone else with just a proven offer that will drive more revenue for the people that they're trying to get in contact with. And so, if this sounds like you, I want to speak with you. Just click the link in the description, and there's a free playbook that I'll make for you with custom email scripts and leads that we can contact on your behalf, and we can work from there to see what we can do for your email campaign. Right? I'm not going to tell you that we can get you results when we can't. Right? There are very specific criteria that you need to be working with cold email in your business, and I would be happy to walk you through it. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care.